Welcome to our 20 minutes practice today. So let's get started and come to child's pose. So make your way onto your mat, finding a nice comfortable position with your knees as wide as they are comfortable. So today we'll be talking about presence. Bringing not only our body on the mat, but also our mind. Notice your breath. Notice the ebb and flow of your breath. Soften your elbows, soften your shoulders, your neck, and bring awareness to any body part touching the mat. Presence is about staying connected within you and onto your mat, in the present moment, in the here, in the now. Downward facing dog. Tuck your toes under, lift your hips high. So bring your feet hip-width distance, maybe wider, maybe bringing some movement in your hips, in your knees, in your elbows, shoulders. Spread your fingers wide. Spread your toes wide. And bring life into those fingers and those toes. Now come to stillness in your down dog with a long, flat spine. Finding the energy running from your heels all the way through your body to the crown of your head. Step to the front of your mat. A few steps, as many as you need. And come to ragdoll. Separate your feet hip width and grab opposite elbows with opposite hands. You can have your knees as bent as you need. Be present to your feet, present to your big toes, present to your pinky toes. Present doesn't mean tense. It can be relaxed, softening your toes. Maybe wiggling your toes a little bit. Then release your hands towards the mat. Bring your feet closer to one another. And as you press the floor down, lift your arms up to the ceiling. Reaching up, reaching high. Sending fingertips, all the energy through you to the ceiling. And bring your hands to your heart center. Close your eyes or lower your gaze to your fingertips. We'll start with 3 arms today. Breath in. Open your eyes and lift your arms up to the ceiling. Breathing in and fold over your legs. Bend your knees as much as you need. Halfway lift, hands to shins, and lengthen your spine. And fold forward. Press your feet down, rise all the way up. Breath in. Fold forward. No rush, just moving with your breath. Halfway lift, take a long inhale, Step to a high plank. Zip up the muscles in your thighs. Pull navel in and up. Then drop your knees to the mat and come all the way down. Lift up cobra. So hugging your armpits, upper arm bones back, breath in, downward facing dog, breathe out. Make your breath the center of your practice, reconnecting to breath every time that you're not aware of it anymore. Come back to your toes, to your fingers. Drishti, to a point in between your feet in front of you if you're sitting on a chair. Step to the front of your mat. Halfway lift. Inhale, fold forward and rise up. Beginning again and reach into the ceiling. Fold, empty out, emptying your lungs completely. Halfway lift. Step to high plank. Drop your knees all the way to your mat and lift up cobra. Inhale, downward facing dog, exhale. Following your breath, making sure you're still here. Letting go, dropping anything that's coming through your mind that doesn't belong to your practice. Inhale, exhale, step to the front of your mat, halfway lift, forward fold, chair pose. So press the center of each heel into the mat. Now lift your 10 toes off the mat and spread your toes wide. So we're still pressing the mound of your big toes, but lifting the toes. And now rest them down, spreading them as wide as you can. Lift your fingers up. Squeeze your glutes, your butt cheeks, and fold forward. Halfway lift, long breath in. Step to high plank. Dropping knees to the mat and come all the way down, hugging your armpits. Lift up cobra. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot between your hands for warrior one. So always coming from the ground up, pressing the feet down. Being present to your feet. And now lengthen the sides of your torso. Bring some lightness in your face, ladies. And high plank. Come all the way down. Lift up cobra. And downward facing dog. Other side, left foot forward. And reach up. Stay with your breath. I know at times we completely lose it. It's okay. We just start again, continuously. Breathing in, reaching up, and breathing out, high plank. Dropping your knees down, coming all the way to your mat, and lift up cobra. Downward facing dog. Breath in, and breath out. Now walk your hands to your feet, hands to your feet. Halfway lift, forward fold, and chair pose. Lifting up and fold forward. Walk your hands forward to high plank. drop your knees down, coming all the way down to your mat. Lift up cobra and downward facing dog. Now step your right foot forward into a high lunge. Lift your arms up. So lift the front of your pelvic bone towards your chest. Lift your left heel up. And now slowly with control, drop your left knee to the mat. If you're on the mat, on the chair, stay as you are. Bring your hands to your heart center and twist to your right. So make it as gentle a twist as you can. You don't even have to bring your elbow on the thigh if it doesn't work for you. And still finding that length in the spine as we breathe in, and this opening in the chest as we breathe out. Downward facing dog. Breath in and side out. Step your left foot between your hands to high lunge on the other side. Always going from the ground up. Presence on the floor, presence to your fingertips. Now slowly with control, drop your right knee on the mat, hands to your heart center, and twist to your left. Notice whichever thought is coming through your mind right now. And it's okay to have thoughts. We're never going to stop the mind fully. But whenever you notice a thought, just let it go and gently escort your mind to any body part touching the mat. Downward facing dog. Breath in and sigh out. And step to the front of your mat. Halfway lift, forward fold, and rise all the way up to an extended mountain. Bring your hands to your heart center. Tree pose. Bring the sole of your right foot to your inner shin, maybe ankle, maybe shin, maybe thigh. Just try anything that works for you. Maybe one big toe will be on the floor. Hands to your heart center. And now slide your shoulder blades towards one another, opening your chest, softening shoulders. Set your eyes to a fixed point in front of you. And now maybe lift your arms to the ceiling. Maybe not today. Again, listen to your body. As long as you're breathing, as long as you're present, you're having a great yoga practice today. Breathe in, breathe out. One more breath in, breathe out, release down. Hands to your heart center. And to the other side. Bring your left foot to your inner ankle, shin, thigh, or again, maybe a few toes on the floor. Maybe holding the chair, maybe holding a wall. Set your eyes, what we call drishti, and then open your arms, maybe. Go into your own variation. Create your tree of the day. And even if you're doing this practice a few days on a row, maybe your tree will be different every day. Remember to hug in to your midline. One more inhale. And exhale, release down. Both feet on the ground. Now come to chair pose. And now slowly, with control, we're going to lift the heels off the mat and slowly come down onto your mat. So sitting on your mat, but take your time. If you can keep your heels lifted, great. If not, just come and sit into boat pose. So maybe you'll be holding the back of your knees. Maybe you'll be extending your arms alongside your legs and pull navel in and up, long spine, upper arm bones back. Breath in, breath out. If you need to let your heels on the mat, that's fine. Breath in, breath out. And now with control, slowly come all the way down to lie down on your back. Again, maybe feet on the floor. Great. Now bend your knees and set up for bridge. Good. So your feet are hip width distance and now lift your hips to the ceiling. Lift your hips up. Arms alongside your body, or maybe interlacing your fingers behind your lower back. Press shoulders in the mat. Still present to your feet. How are your toes right now? Are you crunching the toes on the mat or are they soft? Always give them a wiggle to make sure that they're here, but relax. Release your hips down and take a breath in. Sigh out. Another bridge. Lift your hips to the ceiling. Interlace your hands behind your lower back. Pressing your hips up, pressing your shoulders down. Maybe your eyes are closed, maybe your eyes are focused to the ceiling. So wherever you're practicing, I'm sure there's a spot at the ceiling where you can set your eyes. And release your hips down. Sway gently your knees from side to side. Great. And extend your left leg on the mat. Right knee to your chest for a supine twist. Drop your knee to the left. Open your right arm and bring your gaze to your right hand. Breath in. Breath out. And switch side. Extend your right leg, left knee to your chest. And drop your knee to the right. Bring your gaze to your extended left arm. And come back to the middle. Set up for Shavasana. So find a comfortable position, whether it's lying down, maybe knees bent. If you have blocks or cushions that you can bring underneath your knees, your head. If you're sitting on your chair, just close your eyes for a moment. If you're lying on the floor, draw your knees to your chest. And gently roll onto one side. Keeping your eyes closed, just taking your time. And come up to a seated position with your hands to your heart center. Acknowledging yourself for being on your mat, on your chair. We'll seal this practice with one arm. Breath in. And bring your thumbs to your forehead. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you.